Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am doing my week 4 of my July bullet journal, and I decided to go a little bit different with this one. I had done most of the peacock feathers, but with this one I decided to do the whole peacock. It was pretty difficult, and I think the most difficult part was just trying to make it look not messy, because peacock feathers expand. So I did the dancing peacock, you could say, and you can see me filling in the first parts of it. I went pretty simplistic when it came to my actual week. I didn't want it to be too bulky because the peacock was already going to be bulky. But I did go ahead and make sure that the peacock feather, the tip of it, was actually the accent of it. And I love how it turned out in the end. I hope it's not too messy for some people. You can always change this up as you want, though. You can do a less elaborate peacock. But I just wanted to go full-blown peacock feathers with it just standing up. And I did put a quote with it. And so, yeah, it was pretty simple. I followed the same pattern. Most peacock feathers have this pattern, so they do like 3 and then 1 in the middle, but I did kind of change some that were a bit different, that, just didn't look right without it. And the color scheme that I used is the same as my past weeks. I used a light green, dark green, somewhere in the middle. I also used a yellowish orange color, as well as blue, which you will see me do. With the blue, I actually tried not to put a lot of blues in it because a peacock is blue, but when sunlight hits it or any type of light hits it, you're going to see the different tones of it. So I try to keep the blue a little bit more monotone, but at the same time I try to give it depth by just adding one color over the same color, and it just darkens it up. The Crayola Super Tips are really good with that. So yeah, you can just see me filling all these, and I'm actually going to skip over one main part of this. I was distracted and I did not push my record button to actually see, so you could see me color this peacock in. So I do apologize for that, but you do see the end result, and you do see me filling in some parts of it, mainly the blue part of it. Later I go in with the yellow and then with a lime green, and my feathers from this peacock are actually the darkest green, because if you actually look at a picture, which I will link down below, they don't actually have very light feathers. They're not big, so you can't really tell the color. They're mostly very dark green, so I used a darker green. And I love this about a peacock. It has like a line of the darkness feathers at the bottom, the line that I just drew. That's actually real. I didn't know that. So it was really interesting to learn all these things about this peacock. The one thing I didn't do was the feather of a peacock. The stem of it normally is white, and I tried to do that with my bullet journal, but it didn't look correct. So I ended up doing slight black lines to represent that they were all going down to the actual peacock, the animal in the middle. So yeah, that's most of the things that I did on it. I really didn't go really elaborate on it because I wanted the focal point to be this peacock, like I said before. But one of the things that I love about this peacock is that it's just so big. It takes up most of the page. So I wanted that, and I wanted it to be seen. So I hope you guys like it. You're going to see me finish up most of these featherings, and then I'm going to go into actually coloring it, which again, I didn't finish all of it, which that is so infuriating. But it happens to all of us. I think anybody that does an overhead shot, you don't have the camera right in front of you. So just be careful if you do the bullet journals to always hit power. And if you don't, well, now you know my struggles. The actual feathers to this, I did try to mimic with an actual peacock feather. I made them really spiked at the top, and then I sort of made them horizontal to each other on the sides. And I did the same thing when I went over it with the Crayola Super Tips, which you didn't get to see. Again, I'm so sorry. But I'm just finishing up now. Yay! It only took me forever. I do go in and add this quote, which I talked about, and it says, "Beautiful things don't ask for attention, because these beautiful birds, they don't ask for attention. They just are beautiful, and we give them all this attention. So I just thought that this was a beautiful quote that went along with it, and I actually found it online on top of a peacock picture. So it just fits so well. Most of the pins that I'm using are the Tombow pins. Well, no, that's not true. I use my Faber-Castell S pen and my Tombow pen, which you just saw, and it's just a very small brush pen, you could say. But now you see me coloring in everything, and then it's going to skip into seeing the whole thing, which again, I apologize about, but I didn't want to not post this video and you guys not see it. You will see me do some other knickknacks into it. I did add this green, which is so gorgeous. I did two colors here. I did like a lime green and then like a darker yellowish green. That just went so well, and I love Crayola Super Tips because they have a variety of colors. So if you guys are looking for variety and colors, then be sure to always go for Crayola. I know they do bleed, but they do have the best range in color, unless you want to go really pricey with the things that you're buying. Next, I'm filling in my actual peacock, which this is where I overlaid a lot of the blue, so it had a little bit of depth, and shadow, basically. So yeah, just pretty simple. I kept the eye white, and then everything else is pretty simple. There's nothing to it. I added my yellow, and then this is where you don't see anything. I just added lime green and dark green to fill it all in. And I finished up by adding the black markings that I told you guys about. And then I filled in, because I felt like the green over here was a lot. I wanted to balance it out. So I added this green highlight to my week. And that's it. This is my week 4. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you have not. Remember, I'm posting on Saturday, and I'm actually going to be doing my August plan with me. So I will see you guys then. Hope you have an awesome rest of the week.